Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man.
On February 3rd, 2026, Diana Namulinde posted the last photo the world would ever see of her alive. She was glowing, hair perfect, outfit sharp. Caption reading, "Diana means perfect light, goddess of fire." 200,000 people liked it, saved it, shared it. Her fans flooded the comments. Nobody knew they were saying goodbye. Diana was 24, a makeup artist, a fashion designer, a content creator with a brand so polished it felt untouchable. On TikTok and Instagram, she went by Diana Skies. Some knew her as Rich Wife. She was the girl your algorithm kept pushing because, honestly, she deserved to be seen. She lived alone in a modern apartment in Kianja, Kampala, one of those clean, gated complexes that young professionals move into when they've made it, because they feel safe, because someone is always at the gate, and that's what she thought too. The next morning, her friends couldn't reach her. No calls back, no messages. That alone was odd. Diana was always online, always creating, always on. So they went to her apartment. The door was open. They walked in and found her on her bed. She wasn't sleeping. Here's the one question nobody in that building could answer. The locks weren't forced. Nothing was broken. So how exactly did her killer get inside? By the end of this story, you'll know. And I promise, the answer will make you rethink every single person you trust with your safety. If you're watching this alone right now, truly alone, hit subscribe. Because what happened to Diana isn't just a Kampala story. It's playing out in cities everywhere. The next video we drop might be the one that saves your life or someone you love. And if you still won't subscribe, drop a comment and tell me exactly why you're willing to risk it. I'm genuinely asking. Stay until chapter 4. I'm giving you 2 tips that could help you, or someone close to you, detect and escape femicide before it's too late. Welcome to True Crime Footprint, where we unveil the darkest mysteries and the most terrifying true crime tales. Kindly hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any of our new stories. Your support keeps these stories alive. Diana didn't stumble into success. She built it. She had the kind of online presence that looked effortless but took real work. Beauty tutorials, brand collaborations, professional photo shoots that cost real money, because they did. Her Instagram bio said God first. Her handle said Rich Wife. That combination, faith and ambition, is exactly what made her relatable to 250,000 people, genuinely following her journey. Young, sharp, and moving fast in Kampala, a city that rewards hustle. Kayanja was the neighborhood she chose when things started clicking. And Kayanja, specifically the Quad Zone, is the kind of place people move to when they want to feel like they've arrived. Gated apartment blocks, security at the entrance, clean hallways, that feeling of being protected. It's a feeling that costs money, and Diana was paying for it every single month. Here's where it gets interesting though. Kianja sits inside Kawempe Division, and Kawempe is a study in contrasts. Right next to those modern apartments are communities with entirely different economic realities. And when someone with 200,000 followers is posting luxury content, travel, high-end makeup, designer fits, they are broadcasting something louder than they realize. They're broadcasting, I have something worth taking. Was Diana specifically targeted, or was she just too visible in the wrong environment? Maybe both answers are true. And honestly, that should make every one of us uncomfortable. Because the person who killed her didn't need to break a single lock. He was already inside the gate. Still not subscribed? That's fine. Go to the comments right now and explain why. Tell me why a 24-year-old woman killed by the very person hired to protect her isn't enough reason to stay connected to content that could keep you informed. I genuinely want to read your reasoning, because maybe you know something the rest of us don't. Nobody knows the exact moment it happened. What we know is this. Sometime between the night of February 3rd and the early hours of February 4th, 2026, Diana Namulinde was murdered inside her own apartment. Her final post was already live. Comments were still rolling in. Her fans were reacting to Goddess of Fire while she was already gone. By morning, her phone went completely quiet. No stories, no replies, no activity at all. For someone who was always online, always creating, That silence hit different. Her friends started reaching out. Nothing. They called. Nothing. So they drove to Kianja. The apartment door was open. Not unlocked. Open. Just sitting there like someone left in a hurry. Or simply didn't care enough to close it. They walked in and found her on her bed. The room told a story that nobody standing in that hallway was prepared to read. Diana had been strangled. The kind of death that requires closeness, intentionality, and the assault didn't stop there. Forensic evidence would confirm she had been sexually violated. Items were missing from the apartment. But here's the detail that changed everything. Many of her valuables were still inside the room. If this was purely about robbery, why leave things behind? And why do what was done to her? The story the police first presented to the public didn't fully match what Diana's friends saw with their own eyes inside that apartment. Now, before I tell you who they arrested, I need you to understand something about that building that nobody was discussing publicly. Because the answer was standing at the gate the entire time. If someone you love lives alone right now, share this video with them before you watch another second. Not because I'm asking, but because the warning signs were there for Diana too, and nobody caught them in time. Don't let that be the story someone eventually tells about your person. His name is Marvin Webasa. He wasn't a stranger who scaled the fence. He wasn't some random criminal who picked the wrong apartment. Marvin Webasa was Diana's security guard, the man employed specifically to keep her safe. Police arrested him after finding items belonging to Diana in his possession, stolen items, from inside her home. The man at the gate had been inside her apartment. He was charged with 3 counts: rape, murder, and aggravated robbery. 2 additional suspects were identified. As of February 12, 2026, one of them was still on the run. Think about what this means. Diana paid monthly fees to live in a secured complex. She did exactly what society tells young women to do. Move somewhere gated, trust the system. Let the professionals handle your safety. And the system sent Marvin Webasa to stand at her door. And this is not just Diana's story. In Kampala's private security industry, guards are often recruited with little to no background checks, paid low wages, and given intimate access to every resident's routine. That is a blueprint for exactly what happened here. Now, the 2 tips I promised you. Tip 1. Watch the people watching you. If a guard, a maintenance worker, anyone with regular building access starts showing unusual interest in your schedule, your visitors, or your lifestyle online, that is a red flag, not a maybe. Tip 2. Vary your routine deliberately. Arrive home at unpredictable times. Stop announcing your location in real time on social media. The less predictable you are, the harder you are to plan against. Diana was predictable online. Her killer used that. You've watched this far and you're still not subscribed. Okay, go to the comments right now and type exactly why. Because if something like this ever happens to someone close to you, and you miss the one video that carried the warning, I want you to remember this exact moment. The moment you chose not to stay. That weight is yours alone. Or you subscribe right now, and you never have to carry that. After the news broke, Diana's final Instagram post became something entirely different. The comments section that had been flooded with fire emojis and compliments just hours earlier became a memorial. Thousands of people typed, "Fly high, Diana. Rest in heaven, Dia. Goddess of fire always." Strangers who had never met her were grieving like they'd lost someone from their own home. Because in a way they had. That's what she built. Not just a following, a real connection. People felt like they knew her because she let them in. The makeup tutorials, the fashion content, the travel posts. She gave her audience pieces of her life, and they gave her their loyalty in return. That kind of bond doesn't disappear just because the person does. On February 6, 2026, Diana's body was returned to her parents' home for burial. In Ugandan culture, that journey from the city back to family carries deep meaning. It's a return, a reclaiming. She left home to build something entirely her own. She came back under circumstances no parent should ever be asked to face. The 3rd suspect in her murder remains unaccounted for as of this recording. The case continues to move through the City Hall Chief Magistrate's Court, and the bigger question that Diana's death forced into the open, who is actually responsible for protecting young women who choose to build public lives? That question still has no clean answer. What we do know is this. Diana Namulinde was 24 years old. She was talented, faithful, and ambitious, and she deserved to grow old. To Diana's family, no words come close to the loss you carry. She was a light. That part is permanent. To everyone who made it to the end, thank you for watching, for your attention, and for joining us on this journey of reflection. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and above all, stay safe. See you on our next video.